firstly, of course, Newcastle United was where you first came to the North East, playing the Premier League and the Championship. And so what's the journey been like going from the Premier League and the Championship to now non-league at Gateshead?
Very enjoyable. Like I said, I've been fortunate to play at the highest level and experience a good number of years there. Ultimately, we made the decision to stay in the North East due to family reasons, and we wanted to, the area. We fell in love with it, and then Gateshead had come up. So for me, I'm still playing week in, week out, and enjoying both sides of the coin.
Yeah, and what is it about the North East that you do love so much, and that has kept you here?
Everything really. Obviously the people, the place, the football, the sport. In terms of people live and breathe. It's a way of life up here, and like I say, it's got beautiful coastlines. It's got a lively city, and it's got some real nice suburbs around the place. So you say, for me, it's been thoroughly enjoyable.
And now looking at your times at Gateshead a bit more now, obviously when you first came, the club was in a lot of difficulty. There's been financial problems, etc. And of course, in the press conference, you mentioned the brink of extinction, which is it's quite a drastic statement, but it's true. And so, for you personally, how tough were those times whilst you were here?
I can't say that it was personally tough, because obviously, I've got a lot of experience in the game, and being at certain clubs, there's always things going on. There's always, in the media or in the boardroom. So I was really, just trying to help the lads get through it, and the fact that you focus on the football and the rest will take care of itself. But it was difficult. Don't get me wrong. There was something, every day there's something going on, and it was just about being outcome focused and what you wanted to achieve on that day.
And so, is the footballing side, is that sort of what kept you motivated and sort of distracted from what was going on off the field?
I don't really. Things don't really get to me, regardless, whether it is the pressure or things going on. It's all part and parcel of it. So for me, there was no need to kind of block anything out, because there's always politics in football, and I've experienced enough of them in my career. So really, it was just a case of taking any stride, learning and growing from the situation.
Yeah. Now, obviously, Gateshead has been on a bit of a meteoric rise since those times, and obviously you've been at the helm of it all. And so, do you give yourself a lot of credit for steering the club out of those dark times and then getting to the footballing stage that they're at now, in terms of second round of the FA Cup, challenging for promotion? Obviously I know who I am and what I'm about, and I'm very confident in that fact. But for me, I'm not taking anything away from myself. But the guys here, the board, Ian Watson, they've been here from day one, and they've been through the mill, and they've really gone through the hard times with it. So they're the ones that deserve the credit. With myself, obviously, I bring an experience to the football club and on the field, which I'm fully enjoying. But it's those guys are really the community-based guys, the volunteers that come in every day. They're the ones that deserve the credit. Yeah. Now, looking at the previous round against Altrincham, of course, heartbreak in the first game, right at the end, but then fantastic in the replay, of course, a late win from Macaulay Langstaff. And so you described that as one of the best moments of your career, which, considering you've played in the Premier League, is quite some statement. And so why did you say that?
Just because of the whole occasion, the enormity of the occasion, being 2-0 up here, and feeling as though you're on your way to going through, and then being pegged back in that manner. Obviously the lads were devastated and distraught, and going to Alty away was a very big task, but I was just extremely proud of the boys, how they conducted themselves, how we went down there, and we showed the energy and we showed the courage from even more setbacks on the field. So, like I say, it was just a whole day and the whole occasion. I felt as though that was it was a fantastic experience, and one I'm privileged to be a part of.
And looking ahead to Friday, of course, a massive occasion for the supporters, for you yourself and the players. And so, what's the mindset and what's the preparation been like?
Any other game, it's a game of football. Doesn't matter, it's 11v11. Ball's still round, pitch is still the same. It's doesn't really change. Say if you get involved too much in the occasion, then you lose focus on the outcome. So for me, it's about making sure that we're rested and prepared mentally and physically to get the best outcome we can on the pitch.
Yeah, and do you think you have to change any of your game plan or game style to combat, say, a League One side compared to a National League North side?
No. I feel as though they're going to come with a strength in terms of experience, a wealth of experience, and they're going to pose a lot of difficult questions. But ultimately, we've got to face everything on face value. So, we've got huge respect for the guys there. The manager, and the players have got hundreds of Premier League games between them. But the fact is, it's a one-off game. Obviously, unless it goes through to a replay, which it'd be interesting. But for us, it's a case of we just focus on ourselves and how we go about business.
And if you do win, it'd be great if you did, of course. A Premier League tie in the next round, how good would that be? And as well, if you do win, would that eclipse the Altrincham win in the last round?
Yeah, I think it's the next step in the competition, and ultimately the payoff for myself would be being able to go up against a Premier League team, players, manager. But the whole occasion and the finances, that's more of a reward for the guys, the board, the community. Like I say, for me, it's just about having another chance at going up against the best players in the world, which we relish.
Yeah, now, of course, there is the chance of Newcastle beating your opponent. What would that mean if you came up against, your old club, say even at the International Stadium in the third round? I know it's a big what if, of course.
It would be fantastic, but we've got to beat Charlton yet. So yes. I'll leave the dream until after Friday.
And finally, what would it mean for the fans to get that win on Friday?
I think it'd be huge. Like I say, they're the custodians of the club. We're here to facilitate and to try and leave the club better than we found it. But ultimately, they're the guys, the lifeblood. So for us, the win would be for the boys and the fans.